Hello everybody, welcome to the tutorial, the famous song I've Got You Under My Skin, which you will find some details in the description. So I have modified the original key of E flat for F, but naturally once you have grasped the harmonies that I'm going to show you, and if you have a digital piano, do not hesitate to use a transpose or transposition depending on the model you have to adjust your voice in the keys that suits you. They are also made for that. Your manual will tell you how to do it, but it's always very simple. So of course, as usual on my channel, you will find in another video under the title guide the whole song to help you with the general understanding. So let's start with the introduction. We are on the key. This is not the version of Frank Sinatra, and then Frank Sinatra is singing in another key. But me, my limitation are from the bottom and from the high. So I should use the F. So the F is a relative minor of D minor. So scale of F first. I'm talking always in degrees in natural scale from F to F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, major 7 and root. So let me give you a trick to make difference between the major 7, okay, and the 7. So you will always find the major 7 a semitone below the root and the 7 a semitone below the major 7. So why? From root 7 major 5th on the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major 7 root 7 5th. From the 5th, the 3rd minor, it's the E flat in the scale of F, for example, is the 3rd minor dominant, 3 semitone above the 5th. And 1, 2, 3, 4 semitone above the 5th is the 3rd major. So we say F major 7, F7. Okay. So from the D in the scale of D minor, natural scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the root. Okay. So instead of start to F, we start from D. That's really easy. So let's start with I have modified and the introduction very simply. E minor 7 flat 5 and A7 flat 9. So scale of E first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, major 7 and root. Okay. So root, 7 minor, 1, 2, 3 semitone above the root, the 5th flat 5 and the 7. You see, the 7 is semitone below the major 7 and semitone below the root, okay, the E. So we have E, G, B flat, and D, and we resolve by A7 flat 9. So scale of A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, major 7, root, 9, flat 9. We're going to use the flat 9, root, 7 major, 1, 2, 3, the 3rd on the top, so reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th on the top, the E, and we keep the 7 in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, major 7, okay, a semitone below the major 7, that's the 7. So we have G, B flat, D flat, and E, and of course the root with our left hand. So again, A minor 7 flat 5, first chord, second one, A7, you see, flat 9. This is in the root position. This is only those 2 notes, the 3rd and the 5th on the top, okay? And then you can, of course, reverse all those chords all along the keyboard. But we're going to use in this place, okay? So, and then we start to sing, I've got you. So first, I will split this tutorial in 2 parts. First, in ballad, we're going to play in ballad for if you're really beginners. And then we sing in the second part if you're a little bit advanced with the rhythm. Okay, so I've got you with you can avoid to play the melody inside. It's up to you. I mean, it's some options, and you decide. But you can just play the chord, the harmonies. Okay, it's just an indication to help you. I've got you, D minor 7, scale of D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, major 7, root. This way or this way, same thing. Root, 7 minor, 5th and 7. Okay, that just only the 7 was coming on the bottom. Like this one, it's only a reverse. You see, when you have 4 notes, you have three possibility to reverse, and then you go back to the root position. For example, on D minor, root position, the first reverse, the second, the third, and we go back to the root position. It will be exactly the same thing for all the chords that you have that we are looking. Okay, so we're going to use in this position C, D, F, A. I've got you. Second chord, G7. Same thing for the G, root scale of G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, major 7 root. So the 7 is here. Okay, so it's only a reverse. The root is coming on the top. So B, D, F, G. So again from the start. I've got you, D minor 7. So we have B, D, F, G. Under my skin, C major 7. It's same thing, that it's a reverse. On the scale of C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, major 7 root third, fifth, 7. The first reverse, the second, the third, and we go back to the root position. We're going to use this one. G, B, C, and E. Okay. And then we resolve by E minor 7 flat 5, like we saw in the introduction, and with a A7 9. So again from the start. I've got you under my skin. Then A minor 7 flat 5, A7 9 flat 9. Second line, I've got you, I carry on, D minor 7, G7, deep in the C major 7, same thing, G, B, okay, C, E, of me, out of me, okay, A minor 7, scale A, we saw scale of A, root third minor, 5th and 7. We keep the root third and 5th in place, but the 7 is coming at the bottom. The G. G, A, C, E. Okay. So D minor 7. Root third minor, 5th, 7 and 9. 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Major 7 root 9. Keep the 9 in place, the 7, the 5th, the 3rd minor, and the root. Okay, so we have D, F, A, C, E. So deep in my heart, so beautiful chord. A G7, 9, 13. So root third, 5th, 7, G. We keep the 7 in place. 8, 9. We play the 9. 1, 2, 3, the 3rd on the top. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6. The 6 is also the 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Major 7 root 9, 10, 11, 11, 12, 13. Yes, that's also the 6, but it's an extension, we say 13. So 7, 9, 13. Okay, so we have F, A, B, and E. So deep in my heart that you really want. C major 7, root third, 5th, 7 of me. A minor 7, the reverse. You see that the 3rd. Okay, it's same thing. It's only the reverse. You see, we're going to use in this way: E, G, A, and C. And then I carry on. I've got you, D minor 7, root third minor, 5th and 7, D, F, A, C, and then G7, and G7. We just play the 5th, the 7, and the 3rd on the top. D, F, B, under my skin. C major 7, C6. That's the end of the first verse. So I go back to the root position, and we play again. E minor 7 flat 5, A7 flat 9. I've got you with a melody and without the melody, okay? Under my skin, C major 7, E minor 7 flat 5, A7 flat 9. I've I've got you, D minor 7, G7 deep in the heart, C major 7 of me. If you want to make this passing note out of me, you can do, of course, out of me, but it's up to you, it's an option, okay? Or you go directly, you're landing on the A minor 7. So deep in D minor 7, 9, so deep in my heart, G 7, 9, 13, that you're really upon, C major 7 for me, A minor 7, I've got you, D minor 7, G7 under my skin, C major 7, C6, and now without complete melody, just with the ballad on the chord. I've got you under my skin, I've got you under deep in the heart of me, so deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. Okay, so you decide again for the chord, D minor 7, G7 my skin, C major 7, E minor 7 flat 5, A7 flat 9, okay? I've got you, D minor 7, G7, deep in the heart, C major 7, A minor 7, so deep, D minor 7, 9, my heart, G6, 7, 13, that you're really upon, C major 7 of me, A minor 7, I've got you, D minor 7, G7 under my G7, okay, under my skin, C major 7, C6. Second verse. I've tried so, D minor 7, G7 again, not to give in, C major 7, C6, and now this change. I've said, so G, I should help with the melody with you because it's so hard to sing. I've said, okay, so I've said F minor 6. So let's get an F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, major 7, root 7 minor, 5th and 6th. So we have F, A flat, C, D. I've said to myself this, I said to myself this affair. We just changed, you see, the root, because we revert just the D on the bottom, and now it's become a D minor flat 5, 7. Okay, you see, I've said to myself this affair, but it's completely changed when in the second part we are going to play with the rhythm. The fifth should be, you see, flat 5. So at the moment for the ballad is not important. I mean, I've said to myself this affair never will go so well. So again, I've said to myself this, I've said F minor 6, this affair, D minor 7 flat 5, D, F, A flat, C, and then now never will go so well. So it's a G, root set 5th, G, 7, 6, sharp 5, so well, 6 again, and then we resolve with a C major 7. Never will go so well, okay? But we just change the chord at the end, okay? From the G, 7, never will go so well, okay? And we resolve with a C6. Okay, from the C major 7 to C6, you see, root third on the top, C, E, okay, and the 5th and the 6th, from the major 7 to the 6th, okay, from B to A, okay, so we have G, A, C, E, and before G, B, G, B, C, D. Okay, so again slowly from this movement. I've said to myself, F minor 6, this affair. I've said to myself, this affair. Okay, so never will go so well. But if it's too hard to do, never will go so well. Okay, you can just play G7. I've said to myself this affair, then never will go so, never will go. You just play G7, so, and on so G sharp 5, okay, the 5th sharp, so well, and then you're landing on the C major 7 and C6, okay, you do, I've said to myself this affair, never will go so well, you see, or never will go so well, okay, and C6, it's up to you, it's some options, you decide, okay, and then now I show you the melody, okay, but why should I try to resist, one darling I know so well, okay, so, and now we are playing in the root position, and but why it's a B minor 7, but I prefer to play this way. I will show you why, because we make an accompaniment, okay, but why B minor, scale of B, 1 2 3 4 5 6 major 7 root 7 minor 5th and 7, so we have B, D, G flat and A, but I prefer to reverse, keep the root and the 3rd in place, the 5th on the bottom and the 7 on the bottom, so we have G flat, A, B and D, because it will be more easy to do that after on the next chord, you see, on B minor 7, but why should I try to resist that? It will be E7 9, okay, scale of E, 1 2 3 4 5 6 major 7 root 3rd 5th 7, that's the 2nd, that's the 9 or so. Sorry. We're going to use this one, so like this, so with G flat, A flat, B and D, so of course you can play like this, I mean, but why should I try to resist, one darling I know so well, see, it's up to you, me I prefer like this, but again, but why like this, B minor 7, why should I try to resist, because it will be more easy to, you have just only one note to move from the A to A flat, and you change the root, and then you will be from the B minor 7, you just put the A flat and you play the E, and you see that will be your E7 9, okay, or with G flat, A flat, C, B and D instead of that, okay, but it's up to you, the both are good, okay, so but why should I try to resist, one darling I know, one darling I know, so we play A 9, the 3rd major, the 5th and the major 7, so B, D flat, E and A flat, I know so well, or you didn't play that, so you can just do like this, I know so well, and then you resolve from the A, 9, A major 7 9, you see the major 7, the 3rd is major 7 here, the 7, because it's summiton below the root, you remember, and and then we resolve with the A6 with the root position. Instead of the 9, we play the root, 3rd major, 5th and 6th. So like this to like that, okay? Bam, bam, to this position, to the other position, okay? So, sorry, well, yes. So, it's up to you. You decide, you have the choice. So again, from the but why should I try to resist when darling I know so well, you see, I know so well, oh I know so well, you didn't play the melody, just only for help, you see, I know so well, oh I know so well, okay? Or the other way, it's but why should I try to resist? One darling, I know so well. It's more easy to, why should I try to resist? You see, one darling, I know so well. Okay? Oh, I know so well. And then I carry on, I've got you. So, and now we change the key, C, D, I've got you, F6. So F, the root, the 3rd, the 5th and the 6th, F, A, C, D, I've got you. And then major mode to minor mode. And you see, the 3rd is become a minor, okay, 3 semitone above the root, okay. I've got you, and then minor, F minor, and the scale, F, C major 7, and C6, okay, so I'm playing from the 2nd verse, okay, the start of the 2nd verse. I've tried so, just flat, like this, not to give in. I've said to myself that the affair never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when darling I know so well I've got you under my skin. Okay, C major 7, C6. That's it. Okay, and now with a movement on ballad. I've tried so not to give in. I've said to myself that the fact never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when darling I know so well I've got you under my skin. 3rd verse, okay, and now at sacrifice, D minor 7, just the reverse, root 3rd, 5th, 7, the root is coming on the top, okay, you remember, and the reverse, okay, so F, A, C, D, at sacrifice, and he's saying, come one mind. So now, instead of the 13, we are going to play the 5th. So it's become G7-9. That the 7, that the 9, that the 3rd, that the 5th. G7-9. Okay, instead of that. Okay, of the 13. G7-9. So we have F, A, B, D. Okay, so at sacrifice, D minor 7. And he sing, come was mine for the sake, for the sake, C major 7. That's the reverse, you see. Remember, that's the 2nd position. So G, B, C, E. Of having you near. Just from the 3rd major, instead of 3rd major, we're just descending a semitone on to catch the C7. The 7, okay, in a major mode to minor mode, okay, okay. for the sake of having you near. Okay, C7 from C major 7 to C7, or B flat, or B from B to B flat, and then now we are playing D flat diminished 7. So how to build a D flat? Scale of D flat first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major 7 root. We build from the root, 3rd, 5th, and 7th. So we keep the root in place. We diminish the semitone, the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th. Okay. Okay. What I'm doing? Yes. Well, what the fuck? Let's say we diminish the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th. Sorry, I've made a mistake. Okay. So and now we have a D flat diminished 7. Okay. Okay. Instead of D flat 7, we have D flat diminished 7. So and this chord can be, you say, reverse. This way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. On all the keyboard, of course, from the bottom or from higher. Okay. So we're going to use now in this position. I mean, like this, with the G, the B flat, the D flat, and E, like this. But because the melody is here. Okay. So and we play the root, of course, in, and then spite, in. So we have B flat, E and G. In spite of a warning, D minor 7, you see? D minor 7, the reverse of D minor 7, we have A, C, D, and F. In spite of a warning voice, and now G7, 9. You know, F, A, B, D, that comes in the 9. C major 7, G, B, C, E, and repeats. Same thing, D flat diminished 7, but instead of that, like this, G, B flat, D flat, E. That only different position, you see, but it was the same chord because we have the root on D flat. And repeats, D minor 7 in my ear, and we resolve with the G7. Root 3rd, 5th, 7. The root is coming on the top because the melody is here. So again from the 3rd verse, okay? At sacrifice anything, D minor 7, G7, 9 comes was mine. For the sake, C major 7, or having you near, C7, D flat diminished 7, in D minor 7, spite of a warning voice, G7, 9, that comes in the 9, C major 7, and repeats, D flat diminished 7, and repeats, D minor 7 in my ear, and now with the movement, okay, the move, I've sacrificed anything, come was mine, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Okay, G7, okay, and now, don't you know, but you can play here or here, don't you know, A minor 7, root 3rd, 5th, 7th, 7 is coming on the top, minor, so G, A, C, E. Don't you know, little fool, D minor 7, A, C, D, F. You never, G7, G, B, D, F. Can win, C major 7, G, B, C, E. Again, D flat diminished 7, use your mentality, D minor 7, mentality, G7, wake up to red, C major 7, litty, C7, but each time, F, the triad F, root 3rd, 5th, F, A, C, but each time I do just as true, from major mode to minor mode, go back to the F minor 6, F, flat, C, D. Two of you make me stop just the triad, root third fifth, C, E, G, and then before I begin, and on the G, G minor 7. So you can play with the both hands that before I begin, just only C, D, E, F, before I begin, and then you're landing on the G minor 7, or just with one hand, before I begin, or with your left hand, before I begin. It's up to you, you decide, okay? So G minor 7, instead of the fifth or the third major, we play the third minor 3 semitone above the root, you see? So G minor 7, the fifth and the 7. So we have G, B flat, D and F. And we resolve by A7 in root position from G minor 7 to A7, root third major, fifth and 7. So we have A, B, D flat, E and G. So, and now, 'cause I've got you, D minor 9, you know, D, F, A, C, E. You go back to the G7, 9, 13, F, A, B, E, under my skin. That the C6, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6, the 9, and the fifth of the C, root third fifth. Okay, you play A, C, and G, because at the motif, you see, in the, you remember, okay, so we're going to use this chord. This is in song with the version of Sinatra. So, and then you can sing again, because I got you under my skin. And then if you want to sing again, of course, okay, I've got you under my skin, okay, or in ballad, of course. So maybe I'm playing for you again all the song in ballad, but just with a chord and as simply as possible, okay. I've got you, D minor. And I'm trying to avoid the fingers, okay? Okay, again. I've got you under my skin. 1, 2. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I've tried so not to give in. I've said to myself this affair never will go so well. But why should I try to resist? One darling, I know so well. I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything come was mine for the sake of having you near. In spite of warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the truth of you make me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. Or like this or like that. Okay. So now I think you have all the chords what makes a so beautiful song. And now, if you're a little bit advanced, let's go to the second part, that the basso ostinato, that the process of repeating a rhythmic formula consistently. Like in this case, we're going to use the root and from the example for our first chord for D minor 7, we're going to wear the fifth of the D. Major mode or minor mode is not important. What's important is the root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That the A. So I keep the root in place and I'm just return the A, the fifth. Okay. So if you don't know perfectly all your scale, I suggest that I'm doing that I'm done on all my tutorials to carry on to sing. We stay a long time on the bars. It's not important. It's a tutorial. You see it like this. So I'm trying to avoid all the fingers. You have a good point of view. So, and I give you the name of the two notes that you need and the name again of the chords. I've got you, D minor 7, we play D and A, and on the G7, we play G and D, under my skin, on the C major 7, C with G, on the A minor 7 flat 5, E, you remember the B, instead of the fifth, the B, flat 5, so we play the flat 5, okay? A7 flat 9, so it will be A and E. I've got you, D minor 7, so it's same thing again, D and A, G7, G and D, deep in the C major 7, C with G, or me, A minor 7, A with E, so deep in D minor 7, 9, D with A, deep in my heart. G7, 9, 13, G with D, that you really upon. C major 7, C with G, or me, A minor 7, A with C. I've got you, D minor 7, D with A, G7, G with D, under my skin, on the C major 7, C with G, and C6, you see, we didn't move from the major 7 to C6, that the root position. What is important is we can make a lot of extension that the root we play with our left hand, okay? Because you see I rewrote the G, the fifth, okay? So I carry on. After I so D minor 7, D with A, G7, G with A, not to give it in, C major 7, and C6, C with G. So I know I've said to myself, so on F minor 7, we have F and C. So I said to myself, this is a fair. And now on the D minor flat 5, 7, okay? We didn't play the fifth, but the flat 5. So D and A flat instead of A. I've said to myself, this is a fair. Okay? G on the G and with B, never will go so well. Okay, never will go so well. Okay, or C major 7, C with G. But why? Where is the fifth? That's the F sharp. So we play B and F sharp. Why should I try to resist? And then on the E7, E with B. To resist when, darling, I know. So we play the root, the A with E. Know so well, okay? And now we didn't change the root, the bass, called know so well. From the A major 7, 9 to A6, nothing changed for that. Also, a root is A, so we play A and E, okay? Know so well. And then I've got you, change the key, F6, F with C, and you see from major mode to minor mode, it's not change the root, okay? I've got you, and it's always the F and C, under my skin. C major 7, C with G, and C6, okay? I'd sacrifice D minor 7, that D and A, sacrifice anything, calm was mine. So G and D, for the sake, C major 7, C with G, sake of having you near, C7, in, so D, you can play just only one note or you're doubling the bass, okay, D flat diminished 7, in spite of a warning, D minor 7, D with A, spite of warning, boys that come, G with D, comes in the night, so C major 7, nights and repeats, D flat and repeats, D minor 7 in my head, G7, so you play like this, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my head, you see, from the, it's really easy, from the C major 7, D flat diminished 7, D minor 7, G7, and then, don't you, the last verse, don't you know, A minor 7, A with E, little fool, D minor 7, D with A, you never, G7, G with D, can win, C major 7, C with G, use, D flat diminished 7, same thing, use your mentality, D minor 7, D with A, your mentality, your mentality, okay, like this, use your mentality, okay, wake up to reality, C major 7 and C7, wake up to reality, same things that C and G, okay, and then, but each time I do F with C, time I do just the through, major to minor, nothing changed, it will be F and C, but each time I do just the through of you make me stop, okay, before I begin, G minor 7, G with D, and A7 like this, like that, or like this, it's up to you. You use all the rivers that you agree that you want, of course. I give you some options and you decide. Cause I've got you, D minor 7, 9, so D with A, G 7, 9, 13, under my skin, pop, C 6, 9, cause I've got you, under my skin, and if you want to sing again, I've got you, under my skin, I've got you, deep in the heart of me, so deep in my heart, that you really are me, I've got you, under my skin, bam, 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 bam. I've tried, but you have the guide. Of course, you can have a look on the guide, and you'll see my version. Okay, for the beginners, of course. So thank you very much I think you have all the tools to make a so beautiful song. Thank you for sharing your passion and for your fidelity. This song will be inside the playlist. You have your curiosity to consult all the content on my channel that I'm calling standards, of course. And you can find a lot of standards, My Fairly Valentine's, My Way, that I love since a long time. And also you can discover my passion also too for the bossa nova, and I've dedicated some playlists of course for the king Carlos Tom Jobim, but also for Vinicius de Moraes, Toquinho, and a big one with a big composer Chico Buarque, and a Cuban composer that I've coined Latins. And my other passion, I have a lot of passions. I have passion of classic also too, but I didn't make passion because this is only for beginners, and this is a voice piano. Yes, that's Michel Legrand, and check it out. Really, the key transpose for Michel Legrand in the description, because sometimes I try to make the best for between the balance between the easy keys, and I should sing you the guide, and because nobody understand this is a voice piano. It's just not exclusively piano. Exclude just only the piano. I can do just only another, but this is too long time, and this is the really good expression, I think. So voice piano is so for the family, for your own personality. It's so interesting. So thank you very much, and I tell you bye bye, and I hope to see you again, and enjoy that the word, of course. Enjoy for everything. Thank you. Bye.